as a result, we sort of booked as many music therapy sessions as we could. And his music therapist then started to use different musical techniques as a way into Carl's world, so we could understand where he was coming from. But it was also, an outlet for Kyle to be able to express, how he was feeling, which was amazing, really. And he would choose songs each time we had a music therapy session, which would reflect his mood, I believe. So if he was feeling sad, or a bit melancholy, he would choose a song that was concurrent with that. Or if he was feeling upbeat and quite sort of excitable, then the songs that he would choose to play and sing were more lively and high spirited. So we were beginning to understand Kyle's emotions just by the type of music and the type of songs he wanted to sing at the music therapy sessions. And then Corinne started to get a little bit more adventurous, and the music therapy sessions started to become a bit rigid. He wanted to play, it's a very client-led practice, and the music therapists are highly intuitive to the needs of the client. So it's not about them taking control, and it's not about a music lesson. It's about exploring music through improvisation, and there's no right or wrong. It's not a case that this is what we're doing, and it's about playing a piece that's perfect. It's about, you can play anything. You can just bang a piece of wood for a whole hour if that's what's needed to be done. But Corinne started to enable Kyle, kind of introduce Kyle to more of an improvised kind of arena of music. And Kyle, rather than wanting to play his stuff all the time, his chosen music all the time, he would then start following Corinne's kind of improvised, just kind of made up, creative in the moment sort of melodies that she was making, and he would follow that, and create then his own improvised versions of what she would do, but she still had a standpoint or where she would come back to. So she would always finish it with coming full circle and then playing a piece of music that he liked, so he wasn't lost in this kind of abstract musical kind of creation. She would bring the whole thing back full circle, and it would always end with the goodbye song that Kyle created himself, actually, but we'd end with a song that was familiar to him. So it was closed. There was closure at the end of the session. She felt that was important, so Kyle knew where he was in terms of his environment again. So as the music therapy sessions became a sort of a major part of Kyle's life, and I could see the changes that was happening as a result of them. I could see how, in a way, they were beginning to create a new cohesion in his life. There was a sort of a stability, and there was a reference point. And you could say on one level it was because there was routine now being adopted, and integrated into his week. But music then, I think, started becoming. He started to associate music with his new environment. That was kind of like key, I think, to Kyle beginning to, settle down here, in Cornwall, and kind of there was an acceptance that took place as well, and music, because he liked it. I think Kyle had to kind of process on some level that this is where we are now. This is our home, and music was a big part of that. And so I felt it was really important to kind of like, find an additional outlet to the music therapy, because one thing I didn't want him to do is get obsessive about the music therapy. So it's always like it's like playing a game of chess with autism. You've always got to be almost like one or two moves ahead, so things don't become compounded and compressed. And I thought, okay, I need to kind of mix it up a little bit. We had you know, I'd found that he was interested in music. We'd done the kind of going to the shops and choosing new DVDs and new videos and things like that, and new CDs. And then I've kind of done the music therapy, and I wanted to see if I could move it and expand it. So for his birthday, when he was 25, I'd kind of researched some music studios in the area, and the nearest one to us that did like a singing gift for a birthday present was a studio in Plymouth. So I phoned up the chap that owned it, and I said, I've got an autistic son. He's 25, and would you be, would it be okay if I purchased a singing gift? And is it something that you feel that you could, make adaptable? Could the experience be adaptable to Carl's autism? And he said, well, we'll have a go. We're open to people with disabilities.